It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories.
Denver housing prices are dropping fast, and apparently so is the level of interest from new buyers.
We have been on the market now for 27 days, as of tomorrow.
Why some say those prices will dip even more, and what this means for the market's future.
We have got to improve the entire system.
Plus, calls for change. Denver 7 Investigates reveals the problematic culture at one of Denver's top hospitals and what the city plans to do about it.
I would go to a session of chemo, come home, I'd have a swim session and a bike session.
And a Colorado man is not letting his cancer diagnosis keep him from living a full life. Here's an inspiring message of hope as he trains for his next triathlon.
Take that first step, get in the pool, make the run a jog, get on the bike, because if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Danny New. We start off with good news for Denver Metro home buyers as the red-hot real estate market may finally be cooling off. According to the Denver Metro Association of Realtors, the average price for a detached home fell to $781,000 in July, which sounds like a lot, but that is a $25,000 decline from June. Overall, the average home price has dropped nearly $40,000 since April.
And those prices are expected to fall even more as the year goes on. Denver 7's Rob Harris explains how these changes have both buyers and sellers rethinking their plans.
Location. Location, location, location. That's what brought us here.
This house in West Denver has changed quite a bit over the 7 years that Ricky Salazar and Kelly Pierce have called it home.
House was built in 1961, 61. So as you can imagine, it needed some updating.
We changed the outside look completely. We painted the cabinets. We did a lot of the woodwork you see. So we did the bathrooms.
With all the renovation work they've done to the home, its location just about 12 minutes west of downtown, and years of headlines of Denver's white-hot housing market, Pierce and Salazar expected their home to be snatched up by a buyer fast.
But we definitely thought, hey, it should be easy. 2-3 days on the market and it'll sell. That's what everybody else was doing. We have been on the market now for 27 days, as of tomorrow.
Salazar and Pierce dropped their listing price 21 days in. And now they're coming up with their plan B, on the chance a buyer still hasn't surfaced when they have to pack up and head to North Carolina.
If we don't sell within a certain period of time, we really don't have any choice but to rent it. Not our preference, but that's kind of what the market's dictating.
Many realtors are now being asked if the Denver market is a bubble and if we're heading towards a crash. The Denver Metro Association of Realtors says no, but there are signs that our seller's market has shifted towards the buyer's favor.
I actually think it's a good thing in some ways if you think about it, because it makes it fair for both sides, the sellers and the buyers. I think the sellers are having to sit back a little bit and realize that things are normalizing, and that's okay because it's still really good. The market is normalizing. We have more homes in the market, still historically low volume, but I think it's just a matter of it normalizing. We had a really hot couple of years, and there's no way for that to just keep going.
For Denver 7, I'm Rob Harris.
Thank you, Rob. And hey, even more good news for new home buyers. Mortgage rates have fallen below 5% for the first time since April. The average for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage dropped to 4.99%, down from 5.3%. Of course, doesn't seem like a lot when you consider rates at this time last year were at 2.77, but hey, it's moving down.
Denver's mayor now promising major changes in the wake of more than a year of reporting by Denver 7 Investigates.
Yeah, the mayor's response follows more than a dozen reports shining a light on a questionable culture inside Denver's Health's paramedic division. Chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski continues his investigation tonight.
For more than a year, we've heard from insiders, firefighters and paramedics stepping forward to say the culture at Denver Health's paramedics division needs to change. Questions about bypassing qualified level 1 hospitals with critically injured patients. Questions about response times that take too long. Now, Denver's mayor stepping up and saying it's time for change.
We have got to improve the entire system.
Did you get in trouble for taking a critically injured patient to the closest hospital instead of Denver Health?
Yes, I did.
Once? Twice?
More than that.
What would they say?
why didn't you take them to Denver Health? You'll know all level 1 trauma goes to Denver Health.
The emails are saying what we all know, is that there has been a long-time problem with how long it takes an ambulance to arrive on scene.
Nobody deserves to be in pain or to see a loved one die when we know we could have saved them.
You're invited to join us tonight on Denver 7 at 10 o'clock as you hear more from Mayor Michael Hancock. He talks about the issues exposed by firefighters and insiders, and he talks about how he plans to force change in the future. Until 10, I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Tony. Today, monkeypox was officially declared a public health emergency in the U.S. This declaration allows the government to access additional funds and resources to help manage the outbreak. There are now more than 6,600 cases in the U.S., at least 6 of them involving children. Here in Colorado, we have 79 reported cases. CDPHE says despite this declaration, Coloradans shouldn't be concerned about going about their daily lives.
And today, Governor Polis announced that Colorado is taking new steps to combat monkeypox in Colorado. The state plans to hold more vaccine clinics and expand treating and testing. So far, Colorado has given out more than 6,000 doses of the vaccine, and the state also just placed an order on Monday for an additional 5,000 doses.
Well, when you're at a triathlon or any race, many athletes are not only competing to win, but also they're raising awareness and money for a cause that they believe in.
Yeah, today I met with a man who is going to do a lot of biking, running, and swimming this weekend for a special reason and also against many odds.
This is the kit I'm going to wear.
Oh, yeah. I see a blur coming on camera. This Saturday at the Ironman 70.3 in Boulder, Sam will continue to give stage 4 prostate cancer the biggest butt kicking in history.
I would go to a session of chemo, come home, I'd have a swim session and a bike session.
Sam had completed many triathlons over the years, but after his diagnosis in 2019, he wasn't sure he would still be able to, especially after hearing a big prostate indicator, his PSA levels.
So an average range is anywhere from 0.0 to say 0.2. Mine was 78. A couple of weeks ago as a primer for the Boulder 70.3.
You did a pre-race race?
I did.
Sandwiched in between surgery, chemo, and radiation, he's continued training to swim 1.2 miles, bike 56 miles, and run 13.1 in Boulder.
Sometimes the obstacle is the way. So if I'm tired, the best way to get untired is to go work through it. She took first place in Cozumel.
But another reason he has not stopped training is to make sure he still gets to spend as much time with his wife, Tracy, who is an even more accomplished triathlete.
It's just an integral part of our day. It just brings us together better.
Even if after 37 years of marriage, they know this Saturday may be their last time cheering for each other at the finish line.
I don't know how many, no offense, Sam, but I don't know how many more of these you have.
But if it is his last, it will certainly be his most meaningful, as he runs to raise money for his oncologist's research program and also for awareness.
So men in general don't tend to go to the doctors. And I think here I'm trying to convince people it's worth it.
His prognosis only gives him about 2 more years, but then again, he's defied plenty of odds, and he thinks you can too.
Take that first step, get in the pool, make the run a jog, get on the bike, because if I can do it, anyone can do it.
In Castle Rock, Danny New, Denver 7.
Gosh, he's in incredible shape. You really never know what someone's going through.
I know, or what someone's running for. A lot of times it's for a cause, like we said. I nicknamed him Iron Man Sam because he's just so strong. He's the best. And we'll have a link for his fundraiser for research at this story's link on thedenverchannel.com.
This is a miscarriage of justice. The U.S. Department of State has determined that Ms. Griner was wrongfully detained.
9 years in a Russian prison. How the U.S. government is reacting to the sentencing of Brittany Griner.
You must tell the truth while you testify. This is not your show.
Plus, a verdict is handed down in the Alex Jones trial, why he could be facing more legal problems in the near future.
When I first got home, I didn't look the same, but now I kind of see more since my skin stretched.
And a Colorado hospital helps a teen burn victim heal, thanks to a revolutionary new treatment.